What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Happy Sunday. This is my youngest. We're trying to think of a nickname for our youngest over here. We're trying to think of, like, do we call him Grogu because he's the child? Do we call him 11 because he's 11? But isn't 11 the name of the person from Stranger Things? I'm trying to remember. My camera seems off as well. I think the zoom on is just weird. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday. Let me turn the volume down. That microphone's a little hot. Cool. Let's see. Today we're going to do the giveaway, so we'll start that. We'll get that rolling right off the bat. So if you want to get the chance to win an awesome 3D printed dragon, feel free to not do that because my bot stopped working. What happened to my bot? Bot, come back. Connection refused. Oh. Hang on. Let's try this again. Let's do Redis server. And we will restart the bot. And I will restart the admin marker record. All right. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Hello, everybody. let's get the giveaway going. There we go. All right, so you can do Bang Dragon in chat if you want to enter the giveaway. As a reminder, if you've already won a dragon, then you can still win another one. You can just gift it to somebody else. So, hey, Westerly, good to have you in chat. Wisconsin dropped by earlier. They were going to their 100 devs class, so maybe we'll hang around long enough. Maybe we'll get Leon to raid us one of these days. That would be fantastic. Hey, Andy GMB, good to see you in chat as well. Hope you're all having a great weekend, or have had a great weekend, depending on where you are in the world. It might be early Monday morning for some folks. But part of why I'm streaming now on Sunday mornings is to help accommodate other folks from different countries and so on to attend. So Grogu back there cracking up. Yep, he loves doing the dancing parrot kind of emoji in real life. So he's pretty fun at that. And a friend of mine loaned us a bass guitar. It took this one all of 10 seconds to pick it up and learn how to play Another One Bites the Dust from Queen. Like, literally, he plugged it in. They're not going to hear you if you play it because of the mic filtering. The crisp plugin thing, it filters out all of your music upstairs. Yeah, he plugged it in, like, sat down with the thing, and it don't. Like, within like 10 seconds, he's playing Another One Bites the Dust. So he's our little musical genius. You can give him just about any musical instrument, and he'll figure it out, and he'll be playing songs. He also loves doing mashups. What's your favorite piano mashup that you do? One of my favorite mashups that he did was one Christmas morning, he mashed up What Child Is This and Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter. It was a really interesting combination when you think about the backstory of all of them. But anyway, Westerly's been on a call, so it was a long night. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope the horses are doing good. Was it a call about, like, one of your horses or something else going on? Hopefully everything on the farm's doing good. And Westerly, you train horses, right? You do horse training or like boarding, or I've only seen some of your streams where you're like out doing riding and stuff like that. The stabilization thing that you were looking into is kind of interesting too. But hope you're doing good. Hello to all the other viewers. If you want to enter the giveaway, I'm giving away 3D printed dragons. My helper here is gonna pull out a few. So we've got the Magaibir dragon. This one was really, really popular. And Magaibir actually came up with a variation of this with a smaller set of horns on top and a more playful head and just a tiny, tiny little body. So I'm actually printing that on one of the printers right now. Chris Perillo printed it on his stream last night in an army green. But this one you can kind of like coil around and, like, you know, pose in interesting ways. And then the other one is called the Imperial Dragon, which is slightly larger. A little more imposing, but this one will also stand up if you pose it and, like, put it on a shelf. If you balance it right, it will stay in place, I promise. If you, like, pose it and then leave it alone. And so this filament is called Vanilla Bean Ice Cream, and it looks like a really nice marble kind of effect. So we have a handful of these dragons that we're going to give away. So feel free to do !dragon if you would like an opportunity to receive one. And then whoever wins the giveaway today, I'm going to have you pick a random number. I'm going to contact a person out of my email, my daily email series database. And if you're interested in that, you can go check that out in chat over here. And it's a daily email with some career advice. So if you scoot over just a little bit that way for a sec, I'm the author of this website, techinterview.guide, and I give away a lot of advice about how to get a job in the tech industry, but also a lot of the advice that I give is also general enough and generic enough to apply to a lot of different careers and so on. And I've actually had some feedback this past week of like, hey, I got a job applying some of your advice, which was really neat to hear. So I was pretty happy about that. The dragons are pretty awesome, yeah, for sure. You work for the state as well as juveniles. Oh, awesome. Real job, I try to keep juveniles from going to formal court. That's amazing, Westerly. I didn't know that. That's really, really amazing. Thank you for helping with those kinds of things. I know that that's very emotionally taxing and very emotionally draining. I would not be good at that job because I'm not good at setting emotional boundaries like that and really wanting to get involved in people's lives and seeing their success and so on. I think I would have a hard time in that kind of role. But kudos to you for that. Alrighty, well, so yeah, feel free to do !dragon in chat if you want to enter the giveaway. We're going to hang out for a little bit. I've got a whole bunch of questions in the Discord server that I want to get to as soon as I find my Discord. All my computers shut down and stuff. We had a giant storm roll through Colorado and it knocked out our power. And so it reset all my computers and it reset the Nanoleaf lights again on me, as they are prone to do, which is really annoying with Nanoleaf. How are you making faces, dude? I can watch you up here and watch you making faces up here. Anyway, the last time the power went out, it knocked out the Nanoleaf lights, and it was super annoying. Had to go back in and reset a bunch of stuff and whatever. Anyway, so I'm just going to go through some of the anonymized questions that we got. And we also got this question from Andy as well in chat, so we'll go address some of that. But if you've got other questions, you are absolutely welcome to drop them in chat at any time. And if you'd like to ask a question anonymously, you can send a whisper over to the bot. You can see the chat message here. So you can literally just click on the bot's name, send a whisper to the bot, and it'll show up as an anonymous question in chat. Sometimes people are afraid to ask questions in public, and I want to make that feel as safe as possible for all of you to ask questions. Again, I'm just here to give my perspective and advice on things. I've got a little more, I've got some more events and stuff going on this month, and I've got some travel next month for work. Once that settles down, actually, I'm going to try for at least one guest on the stream next month, because I like having other people's ideas and perspectives here too. So, but once I get back in July, that'll mark my 1-year anniversary, and I want to have a regular calendar of at least one guest on the stream every month from a diverse background, because I'm really, really into diversity in tech. That's what this whole giveaway is all about. And so if you care to subscribe and cheer bits and all that kind of stuff, all that money is going into a pot, and I'm giving all that money away. And so at the end of June, I'm going to contact a group based in San Francisco and donate all of the money that we've collected so far. Plus, I'm matching 100% of that money, and it's going to go to this group called Hack the Hood. I'm actually going to be in San Francisco the second last week of June, and I actually want to see if I can contact them, because I'm going to be in San Francisco, and see if I can physically meet them and give them that check and take a photo and stuff like that, so you can all see that it's legit and whatever. I don't really want to grab one of those gigantic paper checks, but that would be kind of fun. Anyway, you've also got a bunch of open bottles of water in the fridge already. So the cherry one that you were drinking the other day is in the fridge, cooling down, because you left it on the freezer last night when you went upstairs to play on the computer. So, just FYI. Cool. All right. Well, let's get to Andy's question, and then we'll dive into some of the anonymous stuff here. So ignore these little markers that show up. I'm working on a way to get all of these markers into a database, and I'm hoping that this is going to work and not crash my bot again. But I'm going to try and keep track of all these markers in a way that is going to allow me to clip the little video and audio bits again. It's kind of a work in progress, so we'll see if this is going to work for us. So we had a question in chat from Andy GMB. It says, I'm curious if you have any advice here. I've got a friend who has 2 years of customer support and bookkeeping experience in a family business who wants to get out of it, and I would like to help him look for a job on the tech ladder. He doesn't have any tech experience and doesn't really know what to apply for. I don't know what he could go for other than customer support roles in tech companies. If he's got, he or she, it's a he, so I just want to make sure I'm using the right pronouns. So if they have customer support experience and bookkeeping experience, I would say like any kind of financial service business is probably going to be helpful. And you're right, they're probably going to have to start in some sort of computer. I was thinking CS, and my default goes to computer science. Some sort of customer service or customer support kind of role. If they do that within a financial company, then it eases up on some of the training that that company has to do. And so that's the added benefit that that person brings to the company. So you'll hear me say on the stream quite a lot that, you know, how you get really noticed and set yourself apart when you're applying to these jobs with different companies is to show them the value that you bring to the company. And the primary way that you can do that is to show them that you've already got a background in something, you've already got some training in a particular area, or you're able to help in some sort of way that is going to make their job easier, their life easier. Something about their team is about to be easier because they're hiring you. That's really what you want to sell people on. And so the idea here is if they get into another financial-based business, they already have that background. And so even though they may be stepping into another customer support role or a customer service role, they understand, because of the financial services and the bookkeeping kind of thing, they already understand the importance of what that customer is probably calling about, or they may understand a little more about what that product is already about, or they may have some suggestions to provide around how to make experiences better within the software, that sort of thing. Now, if they want to get into like the actual tech side of it and they want to get into some programming or something like that, then you know, they could, you know, maybe start in that customer service kind of role and then start learning some coding or something on the side, and then see if they can do a transition, do like a lateral move into like an engineering department or something like that. That would be a pretty significant boost as far as like income and things like that. But getting your foot in the door in a customer support role is actually a really good way to get into tech companies. A lot of people don't like it. They think, oh, once I'm in a CS kind of role, I'm never going to get out of it. Or once I get into a QA role, I'm never going to get out of it. I'm going to get sort of pigeonholed in that, and no one's ever going to think of me as anything else. And that's not true. You can always pivot into some other kind of role as long as you have a story to tell and say, you know, I started out as customer service because I wanted to understand things from the user's perspective. And now as a developer, I'm going to have a lot more sort of user experience knowledge to kind of work with. So that would be the kind of thing that I would sort of position there. So even getting started in a CS kind of role would be a good way to sort of get involved there. So find some kind of financial business. I think they're going to have an easier time getting into a tech-based finance company. And you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, go apply it into it and go work on the TurboTax software or something like that. But that could be a way to sort of get their foot in the door. Like find a bank, find an insurance company, you know, some kind of, you know, group. You know, there's a lot of companies out there called FinTech or financial technology, or DeFi, which is decentralized finance. A lot of those companies are hiring quite a lot these days. And so I think that could be a potential way for them to find a role in a tech company that would allow them to sort of utilize the skills that they have and really differentiate themselves as an applicant. And then from there, think about, you know, do they want to get into, you know, kind of like what you followed up with in chat, saying go like customer service to dev support to engineering. Potentially, yeah. I've seen people go straight from support into engineering. If they're learning code on the side and they want to do some software or something like that on the side, they can absolutely transition like straight into an engineering role. They don't even need to do like developer support. Every company is going to be a little bit different though. And so that could be something that as they're doing company research, they could maybe find like other entry level devs and say like, hey, did you go through a customer service role? Or if they find a company where they're interested, go find their list of employees on LinkedIn and go find like some junior devs, entry level devs, and go look at their journey, see whether they started out as a customer support rep and then moved into an engineering role. LinkedIn does allow you to do some amount of filtering on people within a company. And so you might be able to say like what was their previous role and what was their current role. And you might be able to do some searching there just to see like, has anybody in the company, like have they already set a precedent? You know, I'm thinking of like legal proceedings. When you have a precedent, it's a lot easier to convince the company to do it again, as long as it's working out okay with that other employee, to say, hey, I see that you've actually moved someone from customer service into development. I've already been chatting with that person about what that journey was like. And so that's what I want to transition into as well. Now, when you apply for that CS role, the customer service role, you don't want to apply for that job and they say, why do you want to work here? And say, well, I want to be an engineer at your company someday, but I want to start in support. They're less likely to hire you. Like they want to know that you're coming in to help them on the support team. And you could say like, eventually I want to, think about learning, some software development, but I'm really passionate about helping people out in this capacity. And, I've already got this background in bookkeeping or finance or whatever, and I want to apply those skills here and also apply my customer service, customer support kind of skills as well. That's where you're going to win them over. And then once you get the job, then you can start kind of dropping little bits here and there and say like, oh, I'm thinking about doing software development and I'm learning some stuff on the side, and can you transition into engineering from there? But it's really up to them and where they want to lead their career as well. Not everybody is well suited for software development. A lot of people are. It's really like, it comes down to like problem solving and puzzle solving from there. So those would be a couple of ideas that I would have about like how to get into the tech industry from a completely unrelated, sort of technical background. There's still lots and lots of jobs in the tech industry that you can apply for that aren't programming. And you can still get a good job with a good tech company and still make good money, especially the fintech and the DeFi kinds of companies. They have raised a lot of money, and so they're probably going to have a lot of money in the bank. There's a bit of a downturn right now with some of the stuff going on in the markets. But I think once that sort of smooths out and settles out a little bit, I think we'll see. I think we'll start to see those jobs kind of bump up again. But those are the kinds of roles that every company is going to need. They're going to need customer support and onboarding and things like that. So, have your friend reach out too. I'd be happy to help them out with different bits of advice and so on too. Cool. Thanks, Andy, for the question. Appreciate that. Yeah, and have them drop by the stream too. Like have them drop by and chat with me if they're on Twitch, or if not, you can have them reach out to me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn username and Twitter username, Instagram, like all those accounts, I all use this Ian Douglas 736 account. So feel free to mention that to them as well. I want to go see if I can fix my camera. I'm looking a little extra pasty this morning. Where's my camera software at? There it is. Every time I swap back and forth between my systems, I have to go back and reset a bunch of this stuff. That's a little better. And I'll turn. There we go. That's better. The Elgato Facecam camera is supposed to save all these settings on the camera, so if you unplug it from one system and plug it into another, it's supposed to remember all these settings, but it doesn't. It doesn't work. It's a great camera, but that aspect of what they claim the camera to do does not work. Cool. And if anybody's keeping track, you'll notice there's a new logo up here. So FatherFunk3D gifted some subscriptions, and so they sent me a logo to print, and I got that printed out yesterday and hung up. So again, anybody that subscribes or gifts subs, I'm happy to print a logo of any kind for you and put them on my wall up here. It does need to be work friendly and family friendly, but aside from that, I don't have a lot of limitations on what you can put up there. Juggling biohazards was the first, so we made them a little icon of somebody juggling biohazard symbols, and you can also redeem your channel points to change the panels light sequence here behind me. So if we do exclamation point Nanoleaf, you'll get a list of all of those settings. And so if you want to set it to something else, right now it's set to retro future, but if you want to set it to like Northern Lights or Nemo, which is just orange and white colors, mint is different shades of green, color burst is kind of fun, it just kind of bursts out from the middle. But you can redeem your channel points to change those every 5 minutes. Or if you've got a lot of channel points banked up, you can make them blink from time to time. Cool. But yeah, otherwise, I think today we're just going to handle some anonymous questions in the Discord channel. But I'm happy to take other questions as we go. There's also a channel point redemption if you want me to do another job post review. Those seem to be pretty popular lately. Have me go through and kind of share my thoughts. As far as the other dragons, if anybody's here hanging out, I did box up like 14 more dragons, and they're being dropped off at the post office tomorrow. And I need to get more customs forms for the ones going over to Europe. Now I'm also I'm going to try to coordinate with a coworker who lives in Europe to see if I can send them a boxes of the dragons and have them send them. Because right now for me to send a single dragon over to Europe is somewhere between $30 and $40 US. And because it's a relatively small box and it's relatively light, I'm curious whether I can send like a large box of all the individual boxes and maybe pay like $70, $80 to ship that one larger box, and then give my coworker some money to like send them out from Germany or something like that from there. So I'm going to figure out some more logistics on that this week. So if you are international, if you are over in Europe or Asia, I have almost all of those dragons boxed up. I just have not paid yet for the shipping because it's going to be cheaper if I can send over one giant box and then have someone else like take care of the logistics from there, as opposed to sending each one individually, because it turned out to be rather expensive. But that's not going to stop me from sending them around the world. But just know that I have not yet shipped out anything to Europe or Asia, and it could be like 3 or 4 weeks to arrive once those do ship out. So it'll be a little while, but they are on the way. And then I got another 12 small boxes and one larger box already boxed up for people in the US, and so those will be going out. And then I've got a couple headed for Canada. Those I have customs forms ready to go. So there's 2, I believe, going to Canada, maybe 3 going to Canada. So those will go out later this week, because I have to finish up the customs form and like get that on the box and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get those figured out. Hey, Pink 3DP, good to see you. Got your dragon boxed up. It's ready to go out. So that'll go out in the mail tomorrow. You should get it by Thursday or Friday, I hope. And I always appreciate if you do get a 3D dragon from the giveaway and it arrives in the mail. I always appreciate when people post photos of those online. It's really great to see how people like pose them or where you put them on a bookshelf. Or I've seen other people like put them in windows or put them around a plant, stuff like that. So there's all kinds of really neat things that you can do with them. So yeah, I've got quite a few. I've been printing more of the Imperial dragons as well, and so hot off the presses. This one just finished printing last night. So I do need to clean up some of the little wispy hairs, but this is a blue and aqua transition filament from Amelin that I really, really like. Dang it, the horn's messed up. Look at the horns on there. Okay, I'm not going to give this one away. This one got really janky. There's no way I can clean that up. Those ended up really, really ugly. So I'm not going to give that away. This end of the dragon turned out beautiful. And then as it got up here into these higher points, it looks like this part actually might have let go from the print surface and was probably wobbling around a little bit as it printed. The head came out perfect. I don't know, maybe I can clean up those couple of horns. I'll see if I can clean that up a little bit. And if it looks okay, then I'll add it back to the giveaway. But wow, that looked really, really bad. I'm pretty sure that this part just detached from the print bed, and so it was like wobbling around while it was printing. So I'll figure that out, and we'll we'll get it going. I might just save it as like, hey, this is what it looks like. Now when they're actually printing, this one actually failed because of the power outage that we had. So when it's printing, this is basically the same filament, but this is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see all the little hinges and stuff, and how they sort of build up. Let's see if we can get inside the hinge there. So you can see how the hinges sort of form. And I actually saved another failed print, and this was just a paw off of that dragon. So you can kind of see the detail that goes into like building the little hinge and so on, that goes into the little claw there. So I kept some of the failed prints just to kind of show that thing off. But yeah, this one, like the tail just finished printing perfectly, and then the scales were just starting to print, and the power flickered a bunch. And the Prusa printers have power recovery, but it went off long enough that the print bed cooled down enough, and because it's a textured plate, if it cools down too much, then the print actually lifts off the plate, and then when you resume the print, it's like shaking and wiggling all over, which I think is what happened to these couple of spikes on here. So I'm going to see if I can get this cleaned up. I don't have a 3D pen, but I'll see if I can get it cleaned up and maybe reshaped, or just cut them off or something like that. And then maybe I'll do this as like another giveaway or something another time or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can recover that one. So, hey Fordo, good to see you in chat. Thanks for dropping by. First time chat. This is cool. You're a newbie and first time here. Awesome. Well, welcome to the chat. So I'm Ian Douglas. I'm the author of this website, techinterview.guide. A lot of the advice I give is around career prep and interview preparation for getting a job in the tech industry, but you don't have to be in the tech industry to come hang out. We're all here just to support each other and talk about the job hunt and different ideas and perspectives about how to stand out to a company, how to get through the interviews, how to show them or talk to them about the value that you bring, to convince them to continue interviewing you and or give you an offer. And so I'm here just to kind of give my perspectives on things. I've been in the tech industry for 26 years, and I've also been a hiring manager. I've been a director of engineering, so I've got a lot of experience on the hiring side. And I just recently went through a job hunt myself back in December and January, and so I've got a lot of that fresh experience to kind of share about this is what the interview landscape is looking like, and these are different kinds of jobs and things like that. So I love to kind of help people out there. Westery says you're looking at 3D pens right now. Yeah, I've thought about them. A lot of them that I see at stores like Target and Walmart, though, they use a proprietary size of filament. I want to find one that takes the same like 1.75 millimeter filament that my printers take, because I got oodles of that filament. I don't want to have to buy somebody else's proprietary filament. So if I do get into like a 3D printing pen, I want it to be a good quality pen, and I want it to use the same filament that my printers use. So yeah, so we'll see. Pink 3DP says it's a great blue color. Yeah, it's a really nice transition from like a medium dark blue to like an aqua, like a really light sort of cyan color, is kind of what I would call it. But it's a really, really nice transition. Those are all from a company called Amolin. It's all caps. They spell their name in all caps, but you can go check them out on Amazon. They've got a ton of really cool transition filaments. I don't have any. Oh, here's another blue aqua one that did print well. So this one will be part of the giveaway. This one started with more of the blue stomach and then transitioned up into the lighter color for the top, and then was just starting to turn back to blue on his horns on the top. This one actually turned out okay, so that one's going in the giveaway for sure. But Amolin has other transition filaments. There was a blue silver one that was really popular. We gave both of those away. They've got the 3-color blend that I really like. I've got one of those. Yeah, I've got one of those printing right now. I've also got a rainbow filament printing. I found another little bit of rainbow filament, so I'm going to try a couple more rainbow filaments, which transition through several different colors. So we'll see how those turn out. Hopefully those will stick on the bed. And I also found more of that matte gold, that really dark gold color. I did both a regular dragon and the Imperial dragon in that one, and those both snapped up in a hurry too. So I've got a bunch sitting in the box here. So we'll continue to do that giveaway. So feel free to do !dragon in chat, and we'll do that giveaway in a little bit. And we'll see kind of how that goes throughout the day. I'm not going to stream like all day long, but but I'll hang out for a little bit and see what we can do. So if you are chosen in the giveaway, then we will have you also choose a random number from 1 to about 60, almost 60, and I will go pick that random person from the database and from my email database. So I have an email series where I send a daily email every day for 6 weeks. And it will give you some advice about, like, here's some popular interview questions, but here's why we asked this question. So a lot of resources that you'll find, it'll be like, here's the top 50 questions and here's how to answer it perfectly. But as an interviewer, how that comes across is everybody comes into the interview, everybody says the exact same thing because they're all reading those guides and nobody stands out. Like, everybody's the same. And we want to find the people that stand out. And so the people that stand out understand why we ask that question. Why is that important? What context should they be giving? How and why should they be answering it a particular way? Like, am I asking for your opinion on something, or am I asking you for your experience on something? These are all things that are going to make you stand out as a candidate when you're asking these questions. So the email series that I have, it explores more about why we ask the question, not how to answer it perfectly, because you need to come up with your own unique answer. That's what's going to make you stand out in those interviews. You just ordered some Airy One Dark Gold for Red 3DP and I. Cool. Can't wait to print a dragon with it. Yeah. I don't think I saw a picture of your dragon. Did you? I know you finished printing one. Did you post any pictures on Twitter of that dragon that you made? There are also some new styles that I want to check out too. There's like the Crystal Dragon and the Rose Dragon and things like that. And they're all just variations of the Magaibir Dragon. Honestly, I think that one kind of like kicked off everybody else's thinking about how to make these articulated dragons. And I think people are just remixing them and putting different things on the backs and stuff like that. But the Crystal one looks really neat. I've seen another one that has like little tiny wings for the front arms. That look really cool. They stick out like, an inch or two from the main body. But I'm also printing the little tiny one that Chris Perillo did on his stream last night, and I'm also going to supersize it. I'm gonna do like full size on my Prusa printer, and then I'm gonna try. I've got that glow in the dark sparkle filament, and so what I did is I made one that's hollow. So that new dragon that Chris printed last night. And that one should be finished in about 45 minutes, I think, maybe 40 minutes. Depending on how it looks, what I want to do is I want to put that glow-in-the-dark sparkle filament on that printer and print the really large one that's hollow in that sparkle filament. So it'll look kind of like a translucent gray. It might be a little bit see-through. It might not, because I did 2 perimeters on it, so it might not be see-through, but it might be a little bit translucent. But when it glows, it'll be that sparkle kind of color. So I think that could be kind of fun. So I'm going to try that. And then I also resized it to actually fit in the same 6-inch box that I've been shipping the big dragons in. So depending on how much that weighs when it's finished, I might see about doing that as a giveaway maybe later in the year. So I'm going to do another giveaway of some kind in November. So I'm already thinking ahead a little bit on what can I build, what can I ship, and things like that. I may do a slightly different variation on this in November that basically says if you're overseas, I'm going to ship you something other than a dragon, just because the shipping costs are going to be prohibitive, especially around the holidays. Getting things overseas will be expensive and take a long time because other people are shipping stuff too. So Pink 3D, he says pictures are on Twitter. Cool. You did a teal one and a dark sparkle blue in the Crystal Dragon. Yeah, those dark sparkle filaments are really nice. I want to do more of the dark sparkle green, especially for this new little dragon that's coming up. Hey, can you check the third printer and tell me how much time is left on that? 17 minutes. So we'll go look at that little tiny dragon in 17 minutes. We'll see how that looks. And the youngin is back. Hello, youngin. Cool, so feel free to enter that giveaway, ! Dragon. Appreciate the question earlier from Andy. I'm going to go dip into our Discord server. So if you want to join us on Discord, you're welcome to go join us over on Discord. And I've got a whole channel in there called Anonymous Questions. And what I do is I kind of collect questions that I get asked on other platforms and other sites like Quora and so on. and I basically put them all in that anonymous channel. What I want to do is allow people to send me DMs or whispers or DM a bot as well and say, here's an anonymous question. Have it, maybe pre-screen it ahead of time, that people aren't being spammy or something, and also put that in Discord as well. So that way, I could just go into Discord and I can just pull questions from there for these anonymous questions. So I thought I would go grab a few of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the question in chat as I ask it. I used to put it on a banner on the screen, but I'm not going to do that right now because we're doing the giveaway thing and I want to keep that stuff up there. So what I want to do instead is I'm just going to drop the question of the message in the chat, and you'll also see those markers for start and stop, and then we'll answer the question from there. Some of these are actually really interesting to kind of dig into, and some of them will be my perspective as a hiring manager, some of them will be perspective as the applicant, and so on. So we'll dive in on some of these, and as always, you're welcome to sort of provide your own advice and perspective in chat. If you would think to answer something differently, please share your opinion. I'm all about that. So if you've got thoughts and ideas, we'll discuss that kind of as we go and answer these questions as well. And yeah, we'll get started on a handful of these questions, and we'll see how many we get through. I was thinking we've been streaming for about 40 minutes now. How long's our giveaway been going? Giveaway's been going for 35 minutes. We'll keep the giveaway going for at least an hour, I think. So we'll be probably another half hour before we close up the giveaway. Part of me secretly hoping that Leon's going to raid over here, but I doubt it'll happen. But he's got over 1,000 viewers right now. It would be amazing if all those folks dropped in here. He's had up to like 4,000 people in his regular class, and then they go raid over, and it just like obliterates that person's follow notifications and things like that for a while. But I think that could be kind of fun too. So let's dive in on some of these questions here. So a question that we had in the anonymous channel in Discord says, as a hiring manager, what do you look for in a cover letter that makes you offer an interview? One thing that I talk about a lot on the stream is the resume should be tailored to the company, and it should customize things for the company to show them the value that you bring. But the resume is really just a list of facts. These are the skills I have. These are the hard skills, the hard numbers. Here's how I quantify things. Here's what you need to know about me and how I'm going to bring that value to your company. When it comes to the cover letter can provide more context about how you learn those things, why you chose those particular projects, why you've spent time learning a particular technology, or, in the case of a non-technical job, why you have approached, a certain aspect of your career. And so the cover letter can give a lot more what I call the creative writing side to what is otherwise the factual statement of what is on your resume or CV. So as a hiring manager, one of the things I look for in there is, why did you learn this? Because the resume tells me what you learned. What I hope to get out of the resume is why. Why did you learn that technology? Why is my company interesting to you? Why are you applying for this job? Not just, hi, I'm Ian and I have these skills that you need, but hi, I'm Ian. I also care about such and such mission that your company has. This is why I'm applying for the job. These are the skills that I bring. These are the projects that I've built and why I built these specific projects with your company in mind. So I'm really looking for the why in the cover letter. Why did you learn those things? Why are you applying for my job? Those would be the main key components that I would be looking for in a cover letter. There are other things that you can put in the cover letter, of course, but I generally describe you should have a 3-paragraph sort of layout. The first paragraph is introducing yourself, why you're applying for that particular job. The second paragraph is these are the projects that I've built and why these are important to me. And the third paragraph is just a closing statement of here's how you can contact me and when. And I usually tell people try to tug on the FOMO feel a little bit, feeling of missing out, where you can basically say I'm available any afternoon for the next 3 weeks for interviews. It lets them know that you have a timeline in mind, and if they really want you as a candidate, they have a limited amount of time to reach out to you. You don't want to make it super restrictive. Like, you can only call me between like 1:55 and 2 p.m. on a Tuesday if it's a full moon. You know, you don't want to be like super restrictive about that. But if you say like, hey, I'm currently interviewing, I'm going to interview for the next 3 weeks, and so I'm available any afternoon, it gives them a better window of when they know that they can reach out to you, and you're more likely to get a phone call. So those would be the 3 paragraphs that I would sort of describe. The first one's about you, why you're applying for the job. Second one is these are the projects and why those are important to you for the company. And then the third one is just your closing. But you want that closing to be a solid, like, you need to contact me, not a call me maybe, like, I look forward to hearing from you. It's like, no, you can, this is how you can reach me, and I'm expecting your phone call. Or I'm awaiting your phone call, kind of thing. Like, you don't want to come across aggressive, like, you better call me. You don't want to say things like that in a cover letter, but you can be assertive without being aggressive. And so you can go find out how to write that kind of language, or if you want to reach out to me, you can. You can find me on LinkedIn or Twitter with the same username that I use on Twitch. It's Ian Douglas 736. And so those would be my ideas about building out a cover letter. Like, you know, again, it's just kind of the creative writing of the context of the facts that are on your resume. And that's how we do that. That's how we answer those short little questions. So by having the start and ending marker on there, that'll give me a chance to go back and clip that out later with some other automated software that I'm trying to do. So let me just make sure that registered. It did register. Sweet. Awesome. I love my little bot. Good bot. Yeah, if anyone else in chat has opinions or ideas on cover letters, I'd love to hear that. Youngin over here is doing sign language saying hello to people while I'm trying to answer a question and trying not to be too distracted by him going on in the background there, but that's true. Besides stand there and look awesome. You should go get like a Rubik's Cube and solve the Rubik's Cube or something while you're there. Well, you can go figure it out. I mean, I'm going to be streaming for like an hour. How long does it take you to do a Rubik's Cube? More? Oh, well, you can get started. We'll do it little bit by little bit or something while you're on the stream. Cool. Let's see what else is going on. So what I like to do in Discord then is once I answer a question is go back and flag it as having been answered. So people that people can actually see that. So what I'm going to start doing, what I would love to do is have a way to say like, I answered this question on such and such a date. So answered on May 22nd, 2022 live stream is like edit the question or something like that on Discord. So if you're on the Discord channel and you pop into the anonymous questions, you can scroll up to that one. You can see, you know, that I've flagged it, that it was answered, but also like when I answered it. I want to start doing that, but I want to automate that kind of stuff. So when I say end, that it'll like go over there and say like it was answered on the live stream on this date or something like that. Just that way people know when they can go look at my history of videos or whatever on YouTube. So I do put all of these videos up on YouTube later on. You can go check that out in this link. You're welcome to go subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube later, please like and subscribe. I'm horrible at marketing myself, and I need your help to do it. So if you're watching these videos on YouTube and you find them helpful, please like and subscribe. Tell a friend. And ultimately, I do want to get to the point where I'm like clipping out these little questions and isolating them as single videos, and also isolating the audio for the podcast and so on. So, all right, he's got the checkerboard. All right, let's time you. Let's see how quickly you can solve the checkerboard pattern. Pink 3DP says, I collect Rubik's Cubes. You have a lot. All right, awesome. Good job. So someone in chat collects Rubik's Cubes. How many do we have? We've got a...
Youngin has.
The not so youngin. So we have a couple of 3x3s. We have a 2x2 somewhere, don't we? And I think I've got a 4x4 and a 5x5 someplace as well. The 5x5 took me like a couple of weeks to solve. Um, that's right. We have the pyramid one.
Somewhere over there.
Yeah, somewhere in all the storage over there somewhere. Yeah. So one year for my birthday, I think, or for Christmas, I forget, the family got me like a pack of Rubik's Cubes because I was really into Rubik's Cubes for a while. Um, I hadn't quite memorized like all of the steps. There's like a 19-step guide of like, if it looks like this, start doing this, and like 19 moves later, you solve the cube or something like that. Um, but yeah. Well, no, you're not going to move the filament cabinet, but you could probably move the other stuff under the desk and get under there if you want to get at the other Rubik's Cubes. So yeah, we have quite a few of them. Pink 3DP has 15 different Rubik's Cubes. That's awesome. I remember watching this video of this guy that basically custom built like a 21 by 21, and you just see him like grabbing this whole thing and like shifting it around and like tossing it on its side and like shifting a whole edge around, tossing the thing, and just trying to solve this massive Rubik's Cube. And it was a really long video. It was like 2 videos that were like 10 plus hours long each or something like that. And I want to say one of them, like at one point, the thing fell apart and it just exploded across his desk. And he, I don't want to say he like rage quit, but like if it were me, I would have just like swiped everything off the desk and just throw it right in the trash or something with that one. But you learn the algorithms. My average is 30 to 35 seconds. What? That's ridiculous. 21 by 21 is crazy. Yeah, for sure. Like I've seen a few where and I've actually seen some 3D printed cubes as well. I don't know how well they would articulate as easily as like the commercially made ones, but I imagine, if you can build up the internal mechanism that holds all the pieces together, you could 3D print just about any size you want or need. So he's very occupied now getting it all the other Rubik's Cubes down there. So let's go find another question from the Discord, and we'll drop that in chat here as well, and we'll go through some more of these. So another question from the Discord anonymous channel said, did you ever ask your interviewers for feedback about your interviews after joining the company? Yeah, I have in the past. A lot of companies, I mean, if they make you an offer, I mean, do you really need the feedback at that point? If they make you a job offer and you get the job, I mean, the feedback clearly was good enough that you didn't need to worry too much about, what did I do well? What didn't I do well? I think a lot of companies, though, once you get hired, you could absolutely sit down with them and say, hey, what stood out about my application? What stood out about what I did? I've done that in the past, partly to learn what they were really looking for in the interview, and how I stood out as a candidate or did not stand out as a candidate. Those kinds of things can be really telling as far as the company culture and so on. And the kinds of things that they might tell you after that could be really helpful. When it comes to not getting the job, I say you should still ask for feedback. A lot of companies are very opposed to giving feedback if you don't get the job. But I think if you also ask people when you do an interview, like, hey, what did I do well in the interview? Don't ask them what you could improve on. Ask them what you did well. A lot of companies are opposed to giving negative feedback about, or not negative feedback, but like feedback about things that you could improve on or why they're not moving ahead with you in the interview process. But if you ask them what you did well in the interview, they're far more likely to give you that kind of feedback and say, oh, your application really stood out to us. The projects that you did were like really outstanding, and how you described them and why you built those particular projects, that really stood out to us. They're more likely to give you that positive feedback. And then you can kind of, as you do that with multiple companies, you can start to filter out, well, nobody mentioned how I did doing technical challenges, so maybe that's where I need to spend my time and improve. So those would be some things to consider there. But to go back to the heart of the question, have I ever asked a company for feedback once I got a job? Yeah, I have in a couple of cases. And you can certainly ask for that feedback at any point. It's just a question of how likely the company is to give you that feedback. And then from there, try to figure out, you know, what you want to do with that information. Like once you've already got the job, if they tell you what you did well or didn't do well in the interview, how is that going to help you for future interviews? Cool. I had to wrap that one up because Youngin over here showed up with all of these. This one is probably my favorite. It's all the same color, but they're different sizes. And this one's really, really fun to solve. I like this one the most, I think, out of all of them.
We also have 2 dodecahedrons.
Oh, this one broke. What happened to that panel?
Oh.
Oh, it's down there by that box. Snap that back on here. So this one's really interesting because this one kind of shifts on angles. Trying to think of how to, there we go. So you could do this kind of thing with it and solve it. So Pink 3DP, I don't know if you've seen a cube like that, but that one's pretty amazing. But yeah, the mirror cube, I love this one. This one's my favorite. I'm going to solve that one later on. This one is also really, really fun to solve. I've solved this one twice, I think. Again, I don't memorize the patterns. I'll go watch a video on like, here's how to solve like this one part, and then I'll practice that one a little bit. But these ones are really, really fun to solve. They do get very repetitive after a while.
Just 2.
Yep. So like trying to figure out like how do you solve that whole face, but also solve it properly, because when you think about the edges here, like this is all purple here and this is orange on this side, but when you turn it around here, these are all purple, but they're not all yellow on this edge. On this edge. This edge. There we go. So like this purple one's in the wrong spot. So like trying to figure that kind of stuff out is really fun and interesting. Like on that green one, that one is starting to work out. Like you got pink on that edge, you got white on that edge, you got orange on that edge, and you're starting on the yellow on that one. So I would probably switch to like solving the green instead of the purple. But yeah, these ones are also like super, super fun to solve. Like, oops. And it looks like that little mini dragon finished over there, if you want to go grab that for me. And then this is a Rubik's Cube I got at a Google conference a couple of years ago. They had something called Cube Lab or something, and so this one's a little bit easy to solve because you've actually got the letters that spell out Cube Lab. But when I was a kid, I would actually peel the stickers off and like just put the stickers back on. That was way easier for me. So this is the blue and aqua filament in that mini dragon that Chris Perillo printed last night, and it actually came out really, really nice. This is a 0.15 millimeter layer height, and I was actually wondering how feasible it would be to put a little hook on the back of the head and make a keychain out of that. I think it would be relatively easy. Like it's got a bit of a scale or something on the back of his head there that you could probably take off and just put a little hoop on there instead and turn that into a keychain. It's actually pretty solid. Like no pun intended. It's actually hollow on the inside, but like, you know, to actually try to squeeze it and break it, like the horns don't give a lot of flex. But it actually turned out really, really nice. Let me see if I can get that to show up a little better on the camera here. Because it's so small, you don't see the color transition very much, but this is the same blue and aqua filament from the dragon. It's all one of those colors, but it's this really nice silky like transition sort of filament. So I want to start like I've got a plate of like where it'll print 10 of these at a time, and then the one where it'll do 275%, which should fit into that 6-inch by 6-inch box. And then I've got another one that'll do 375%, which is pretty close to maxing it out on the Prusa. And the two larger sizes, I'm going to put some supports under the chin, and I think there's a little bit of support like around the bottom of it because it's got kind of a rounded edge on the bottom just to give it like a good stick to the bed. But then other than that, like it doesn't need supports at all on the horns on the top and stuff like that. So we'll see how those turn out at the larger size. I'm gonna find like just a junk filament that I have plenty of that's what I consider disposable, which is like the solid colors, like a bright yellow or something, and I'll try them in that bright yellow to see how well it actually does with only certain supports, and then we'll go from there. So I'm thinking maybe the November giveaway is going to be like something like this, either as a keychain or you know, do like the larger size or something, and then do like a couple of bigger ones as like bigger giveaways, or like a surprise giveaway, like you think you're getting a keychain but you're gonna get like the bigger one instead or something like that. I like doing surprise giveaways like that. I also 3D printed a really large dragon that you print in pieces and you assemble later, and it was something like 20 inches by 20 inches by, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13 inches tall, and it's a dragon that you can go find. It's called the Great Dragon, and it's just it's amazing. I've got a public folder of photos on it on Google Photos somewhere, that you can go see like how I painted it. And so I painted it at really thick layer lines because I was trying to print it in a hurry on a Creality printer at the time. So the quality of the print wasn't great, but then I went through and I painted it, and I was taking pictures as I was painting it, and just the different sort of colors of wash that I would just do, like really watered down acrylics, and gradually wash the like the paint color, and to get all the different like sort of shading and things like that on the dragon was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's the little baby dragon, the little baby crate dragon that I was calling it. You know, maybe it's a baby crate dragon on Chris's stream last night. It actually is a very nice model, and this is Magaibir, so the same guy that makes this dragon. So you can see the horns are kind of similar. He kept some of the horn style on here. The face is obviously a little different, the body's a little different, but it's the same designer. So, and I really appreciate Magaibir. They were really fantastic. I reached out and said, hey, I'm doing this diversity in tech fundraiser. Can I give away your dragon to people that donate? And he's like, yeah, go for it. So we had some really good chat back and forth. Really upstanding person. Really happy to help us out. And I told him, like, drop by the stream anytime. You know, here's the photo album. He's like, whoa, like the print quality and the color on these is amazing. I'm like, yep. You know, I can't take credit for it. I mean, it's the printer, the slicer, and his design. I can't take any credit for it at all. So let me go mark this other question on Discord as having been answered, and then I will find a new one here. So answered on May 22nd, 2022. Cool. What else is going on in chat? Peel the stickers. Yeah, I used to peel the stickers off just to put it back into, like, to sort of solve one side, and then as my parents are like trying to solve the puzzle, they would realize like something would be impossible. Like I would peel off that orange one to put it in the right spot, but then this would be green on this side, and it would be green on this side as well. And they're like, "This is impossible to solve. Like, what happened?" And then they would see like my little fingernail dig marks on the corners of the stickers to peel them off. So that was my way of cheating as a kid. So. Now I know better. Now I know I can actually physically take the cube apart and just reassemble it. That's way faster, way easier, and then you don't have to worry about the stickers looking weird. So.
Solver.net that can solve the Rubik's
Yep.
or you and show you the steps.
Yeah, and there's also phone apps that you can take where you can take a picture of each side, and it'll like 3D model it, and then it'll show you like how to solve it in real time. So there's lots of really interesting apps around some of that. Yeah, that little dragon at 0.15 millimeter layer height only took like 50 minutes or something like that to print. So it's a pretty quick print. Or was it 35? I forget. I think if it was 55. I think if you do it at 0.2 layer, it's only like half an hour to print. It's just this cute little thing. And like I said, I might see if I can turn this into a keychain. Just put a little hook or something on the back and do like a little keychain or something out of that. Because yeah, doing that in a transition filament, you would actually see the transition if you printed like a whole plate of them at a time. So I want to try one where I print like 10 of them at a time, and you might see a little bit of the color transition. But I think if you do that in a rainbow filament where the color transition happens a little faster, or if you do the like the 3-color blend that I like, the charcoal, rust, and gold, you might see that transition a little bit more if you print like a whole plate of them at a time. So we'll see. Yeah, this was one of our weekly print challenges on Loyal Moses' stream, and this is probably my favorite filament. It's also made by Amelin, and it's this charcoal rust gold. And I printed 2 of these at the same time, and I printed them with a little bit of infill just so the color would actually transition a little bit more. But it's a really great silk filament, and I've done a handful of dragons in this. That one's gold, that one's rainbow. So I don't have any more dragons in this blend, but I do have a couple printed. So a few folks have donated on PayPal for the Diversity and Tech giveaway. And they have asked for the 3-color blend dragon as a reward. And so I will be shipping those out as soon as I get those printed. I need to swap the filament and get those printing as well. Hitokiri, hired. You got a job? Tell me more, Hitokiri. It's good to see you in chat. You haven't been around in a minute, so let us know what's going on. Pink 3DP says, just put the small dragon in Kira. My printer could do it at 800% size. What size of printer do you have? Or which printer do you have? I'm kind of curious. That's rattling in my ear. It's very distracting. I used to have a speed cube that was really, really rattly and stuff too. I forget what happened with the speed cube. I think it got broken. Ender 3 Max. Oh, nice. I was looking at the that new one from Anycubic, the Cobra Max. It had mixed reviews. I watched Joel Telling's review on that printer, and it actually seems really, really nice. I'd love to get something that'll do helmets. I've got a pre-order for the Prusa XL, but that's they say it's going to be Q3. I'm guessing it's going to push into Q4 with what's going on over in the Ukraine right now, since Prusa's in Prague. Oh yeah, there's the other even more. Oh yeah, there's my 5x5. There's my 5x5. I had started solving it. So you basically solve the middle core, and then you solve like these 3 edges, and then it's basically just a 3x3 cube at that point. Like you've got, you know, this would be like the outer edge of your 3x3 cube, you know. So as you solve this edge here, that's effectively this middle square on a 3x3, and then you just solve it the way that you would solve any 3x3 cube at that point. And so the trick after you do the middle core is to get these 3 in the right spot. And then once those are all in the right spot all the way around, then it's just a 3x3 cube at that point. And then we got the pyramid one. And then we got this one. This one it's kind of like the mirror cube, but it's also this weird like rounded pyramid style shape, but it gets like these weird bumps as you're kind of trying to align things. It's actually rather difficult to sort of transition, because in this case, like the yellow and the green end up being smooth over here, but if you turn it just the right way, then it ends up being like this little bump that sort of sticks out on the top in a really weird sort of direction. That one's actually been very difficult to try to solve, but it's kind of that rounded pyramid sort of style. This was a gear cube that we got. It's effectively a 3x3, but it actually turns as a gear while you solve the different parts of it. This was one that once I solved it, I told everybody in the family, don't you dare touch it, leave it alone, don't mess this up, because this one is also a pain in the butt to try to solve. It's effectively a 3x3, but it's pretty mesmerizing just to watch the gears kind of turn as you're doing the thing. But it's effectively just a 3x3 in a sphere. And then this one has all different shapes and sizes as you go all around it. I haven't been able to solve this one yet. So yeah, we've collected a lot of Rubik's cubes over the years as well. So Pink, I'd be curious to know what kind of cubes you have and how you like to solve them and so on. Coronto says in chat, you should look into a 3x4x5 cube. It's super interesting to try to solve. A 3x4x5. 3x4x5. That's interesting. So I think the closest I would come to on that would be the mirror cube, where they're all different sizes. And so you have to align them, or like you have to kind of align it based on the size of the part, as well as like how it fits in kind of overall. But yeah, this one's super interesting. I love this one. The mirror cube is great because it's all the same color. And so you have to solve it based on the size and the orientation of it. And some of it you can kind of tell from the stickers. You can see like there's striping on the stickers. And so, you know, these ones have to go in the same orientation at least. And so there are some clues that you can get, like, what would be a good example here? Like these stickers run this way, but this sticker runs up and down. So I know that these are not on the same side. Or if they are on the same side, they're in the wrong orientation. So you know, you can pick up some clues from that one. But yeah, good times. You have some on a Speed Cube wish list. That's great. That's pretty cool. Hitakiri says, yeah, start date is July 5th. Kind of in tempered excitement, almost surreal, almost like I know everything is real when the first deposit is made. That's awesome. Hitakiri, congratulations on getting a job. If you feel like sharing any other sort of like information about like what is the role that you got, what was the interview process like, how many interviews did you have to go through, how long did the interview process take? That kind of stuff is really helpful for folks. If you could drop any of that in chat, that would be really interesting to hear. Or if you're on Discord, drop that kind of stuff in our Discord community. It would be really helpful to kind of let other people know, like, hey, you know, for this kind of job, this is how long it took. This is the process that I went through. These are the kinds of questions that they asked and stuff like that. That kind of stuff would be really helpful for us as a community. So if you could, if you feel like sharing, if not, that's okay too. But if you feel like sharing, we would appreciate it. Pink says, most of my cubes are 3x3, some 2x2s, a pyramid, 4x4. A lot of them are more for collection and decoration, like Halloween and Christmas Speed Cube. That's awesome. I haven't been to Speed Cube Shop. Now I want to go check that out. I'm going to go like open that up and bookmark it. Speed Cube Shop. Because I had a Speed Cube. I mean, it looked a little bit like this one where it wasn't actual stickers. It was just like hard plastic all the way around. The kids got a little aggressive and it snapped. So yeah, I will definitely check that one out for later. Ooh, they have a Galaxy 8x8. That one looks really cool. Yeah. I have 3D printers. That's true. They don't come in one part. Ooh, could we 3D print a Rubik's Cube? Maybe. I mean, the plastic that they use on these Rubik's Cubes is probably ABS. So, oh, I really like that one too. Mirror M. The GAN Mirror M looks really cool. That one looks really nice. I think I'm gonna pink. Like I need to spend more money. I think I'm gonna make a wish list for myself over here too. So when you go to speedcubeshop.com, the GAN Mirror M looks really cool. What else did they have on here? Oh, it's a magnetic? Interesting. So the Galaxy 8x8 looked really interesting. What else is on here? The GAN Mirror M. What else did they have? Got like t-shirts and bags and stuff like that. See, I'm not good enough at Rubik's Cubes to like look at it and then get like blindfolded to try to solve it. I'm not that good at all at Rubik's Cubes. I have to like be able to see what I'm doing and kind of like judge and evaluate as I do the thing. So, I like the sticker list the most. Yeah, for sure. Thought about trying to print a cube just as something fun. Wish list has a lot on there. Yeah. You don't want to add up what you've already spent. Yeah, those kinds of things add up quite a lot. I don't think I would even want to start compiling like how much money I've spent on 3D printing over the years between printers and filament. It would be an enormous amount of money, I'm sure. Let's see what else is going on. The Ghost Cube is a great one. All the stickers are the same, but every piece is unique. That's interesting. See, the Mirror Cube, like, you know, most, like, each side has, like, all 9 unique sizes. But then, like, all 9 sides have the same sort of pieces. But yeah, I really like the mirror one. That one's probably been my favorite over the years. This one has been more challenging to solve for sure, but this one's also really fun just because it spins on these like weird planes and not the kind of plane that you're used to with a 3x3 cube. So is this effectively a 2x2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 squares on each side. A 2x2 would be 4. I don't even know how you would categorize this one. Anyway. Hey, y'all got me thinking about Rubik's Cubes. Hordo's got a question, so we'll go handle that in chat. So we had a question in chat. I have a rather strange interview question. I did a paired programming interview on a language I was rusty on. I didn't feel great about it, but they asked me to do the interview again in a framework I am more comfortable with. Is this a good sign? Is this a common practice? A lot of companies want to see you do your best, but they also want to see how do you handle a challenge when you don't know something. I've seen companies do pair programming interviews where they specifically make you work in a technology that they know you don't know. Like they'll look at your resume, they'll look at your project background, they'll scour through your GitHub and see what kinds of languages you've used or not used, and they'll specifically have you pair program with somebody in a language that you do not know, because they just want you to describe at a high level, here's what I want you to go do. Like you're telling the other person's the one actually typing out the code, but they want you to describe to them, what are you going to do? And describe to them, like, what are the steps, what are the stages, how do you write a test, how do you write this bit of code or that bit of code? And they just want to hear that high level thinking. But over the course of the interview, what their hope is, and they don't tell you this, their hope is that, you know, after a little while, you're like, hey, I think I kind of catch on to like how you're writing that syntax. Do you mind if I try? And they want to see that you're at least willing to go in and work on that a little bit. In this case, it sounds like the company specifically asked you to work in something that you didn't know, whether it was a language or a framework or something like that. In this case, you started talking about a language and then later do it again in a framework that you knew. So it could be either. Like, for example, if you knew JavaScript but didn't know TypeScript and they asked you to do it in TypeScript and then later said, you know, hey, just come back and do it in regular React or something, which would be more vanilla JavaScript if that's how they were writing their code. Although, as I understand, you can do React with TypeScript as well. Having you come back and do another round in a technology that you do know is a sign that they like you as a candidate. To me, as a hiring manager, like I would call someone back and say like, hey, let's give this person another shot. Let's actually see them play to their strength as opposed to play to something they don't know. I typically tell people, if you get some sort of take-home challenge or a take-home assignment or something like that, which is common in the tech industry these days, to say like, hey, go build this thing and go use this technology. If it's a technology that you don't know, I usually tell people, hit them back and say, hey, I don't know this technology, so I can take this one of two ways. I can show you what I can learn and submit it by the deadline, or I could do it in this other technology and show you what I'm capable of. And give them the choice then of, okay, yeah, you can do it in that other language or other framework, or no, we really want you to do it in that language and framework, so let's see how far you can get by a deadline. And then you get to show them, okay, I'm going to document what I learned, what I looked up, what my overall process was. I've seen people do like little walkthrough videos of like, this is what I learned and how, and just showing the process of this is how I went and learned the thing. That kind of stuff really stands out to a company too. And so I think if they're asking you to do something in a technology you don't know, you can sell it. You can tell them like, hey, I'm willing to learn this. I'm willing to jump in and dive in on this and show you what I'm capable of. But I'm going to succeed. I'm going to get farther if I can do it in this other thing. So the fact that they're asking you to come back, I think is a good sign. It means that they like you as a person. They just want to give you another shot in a technology that you do know, so they can see, okay, how quickly can you kind of reapply those ideas, or it'll probably be a different challenge, frankly. They're not going to have you come in and say, okay, we're going to redo that thing from last time, but now you can do the language or framework that you're familiar with. I mean, they might. If they do, you already know the problem space. You already kind of know how to solve it. Your subconscious is probably already kind of chewing on that a little bit anyway. But I think that they'll probably give you a different challenge. But allowing you to do it in a language or technology that you know will now allow them to assess your strength on what you know and how and so on, as opposed to like seeing what you can learn on the fly. Does that make sense? I'm happy to kind of follow along if you've got any other context that you want to give on that in chat. But those would be my initial thoughts. If they're calling you back, it's a good sign. It's always a good sign whenever they call you back, whether it's to do like part of an interview over again, or whether they're just moving you on to the next stage. If you get a call back, that's a very good sign. It means they like you. It means they see potential in you, that you fill a potential gap or a potential need on their team, and that's a good thing. Those are all good things. The fact that they want you to kind of redo a part of it, then that's also a good sign. It means you didn't pass, but the last segment, but they like you enough to give you another shot. So that's actually a very good sign that they're just not they don't know that technology, so we'll just pass on them as a candidate kind of outright. It means that you've kind of already won them over from a culture point of view and a personal point of view. They like you as a person. Now they just want to see what you're actually capable of using technologies that you do know. Because we can always teach you technologies, but the personal skills and the team skills and the communication skills, those are harder to teach. What we call soft skills, they're not really soft skills. They're actually just as necessary in the tech industry as being able to write software. So I think you've already won them over on that. So now they just want to see like how far you can get using technology that you are comfortable with, and go from there. Cool. Thanks for the question, Fordo. That was a really good question. I like that one. Cool. Let's see what else is going on today. Looks like Leon stopped streaming and he did not raid into our channel. Oh, shucks. That's all right, though. Cool. If you want to get in on the dragon giveaway, do !dragon. Let's see how long we've been going over here. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. So we've got 4 entries. We've got 8 people in chat, which means 4 of you don't like 3D printed dragons. Go ahead and enter that giveaway. If you've already won one, you can gift it to someone else. Either gift it to someone else in chat, or you can gift it to like another name and address. Just make sure they know it's coming. We will ship these anywhere in the world right now. And so feel free to re-enter even if you've already won one in the past. We will absolutely let you re-enter, but I do want to only mail one to a particular household. I want to kind of spread the love and spread these out around the world, and we'll go from there. So I'll show off the 2 styles of dragon, and then if you are chosen in the giveaway, you will get to choose the style of dragon you would like. And then based on the style you choose, you will get to have a limited selection of color of what filament you would like. So I'm going to show you the same filament color in the 2 different styles, just so you can kind of see. Pink says, if I win, I'll send it to you, buddy. All right, that's great. So the first one is what we call the Magaibir dragon. So Magaibir is the name of the designer, and this one is a vanilla bean ice cream filament. And if you look up real close, you can see kind of a speckle in there. It's kind of a black speckle on a really pale gray. This one comes out as a very nice matte sort of finish. Very, like, it's not a shiny finish at all on this one. Makes it look like stone, and it's a great filament for doing like statues and so on. And I wanted to do the dragons in this one that makes it kind of look like stone or a statue. So these all print all in one piece, and as soon as you take it off the printer, the pieces all bend and move, or what we call articulation. And so this is the Magaibir dragon. So, not infinitely posable, but very easily posable. And this one is called the Imperial Dragon. This one is made by a company called Flexi Factory, and they have a lot of different styles that have been very popular over the last little while as well. This one's called the Imperial Dragon, and this one will actually stand up on its own if you don't move it around very much. Some of the horns on the back here actually lock together to kind of hold that in place. Is kind of how that works. But that one will actually kind of sit up, which makes it really handy for posing, and then the rest of the body you can kind of like pose and articulate and move around and drape over other things, or you can just like drape the whole thing around, the same as the Magaibir dragon. So if you are chosen in the giveaway, you'll get to choose which style of dragon you want, and then depending on the style of dragon that you choose, I have fewer Imperial dragons because these ones have been way more popular. I've got a lot more of the Magaibir dragon currently printed in colors. So you'll get to choose from the colors I already have. And the giveaway winner is going to get to choose the style and the color, and then you're going to give me a random number, and that person from the email mailing list is also going to win. And so I'm going to use that number. I'm going to go find that user in my database, and that user is going to win a 3D printed dragon as well. And I will notify them by email later. Say, hey, you won a giveaway, you were chosen randomly, and congratulations, and where do you want me to send it? I will send these anywhere in the world. Right now, I will ship them around the world. So I mark all the boxes as being a gift with a $5 value, and so you'll be responsible for any import or duty fees or anything like that. To date, Any of these dragons that I have shipped out have not had to pay any sort of duty, import fees, import taxes, or anything like that because it's not a commercial item. It's being sent as a gift. Speaking of gifts, if you would like to donate to the Diversity in Tech fund, which is basically what I'm raising money for, then you are welcome to donate. If you do Bang PayPal, I think, or Bang Donate, you'll get my PayPal address and more information about donations. So anything over $10, I have been permitted by Magaibeer to thank you with a dragon. So anything over $10, and frankly, $10 does not cover filament and print time and shipping. It costs $10 just to ship these things to people around the United States with the prepaid shipping. If I actually went to the post office, it would only be like $6 per box, but it's my time of like take time out of my day to actually go to the post office, wait in line, wait for them to enter in all the address labels and whatever. It took like over an hour to send like 10 dragons last time. And for my hourly rate at work and so on, it's not worth my time to actually go to the post office. So ideally, I'm just going to pay for the shipping online if I can. But everything going overseas, I do have to go to the post office because I have to fill out customs forms for all of those. So if they are going overseas, there will be a delay in shipping them. If you are domestic in the United States, I try to ship them out week by week. And I've got, I think, 2 or 3 going to Canada right now. And so those are going to get out this week because I have a couple of customs forms here. And so I'm going to send those out. But all of the dragons going over to Europe, I'm going to try to coordinate with a coworker who lives in Europe to ship over a large box of these. And I'm trying to figure out, like, do I put them all in their individual boxes, put all those boxes in a big box and ship that big box? Or do I just bundle up all the dragons and say, put this dragon in this box to this person? I'll probably do the former of that, where everything's pre-boxed and they just have to fill out a label and mail it. I'm wondering whether that's going to be cheaper than, me mailing each one individually from here. Because it's quite expensive to send even just a little box. Sending a bigger box, I think, is going to be more economical. But then I need someone in Europe then to like actually distribute them from there. So have I tried Pirate Ship? I've heard of them. I think I looked at their website the other day. I was looking at their site the other day, trying to figure out how much it would cost to send something to one of the first winners that we had in the giveaway. It's going to Estonia. And it was going to be a little bit cheaper to send from here, but not greatly so. What I was finding on their site is more a comparison of like, this is how much it costs with USPS, this is how much it costs with UPS or FedEx or DHL. So what I saw their site as more of a comparison tool as opposed to like ship it through their company. Because when I was trying to look for Estonia, it wasn't saying here's how much it costs to ship through Pirate Ship. It was like, here's how much it costs to ship from all these other services. So unless there's something in there that I don't know about, I'd have to figure that out. Because otherwise it's just USPS shipping fees and so on. And honestly, it wasn't any cheaper than me buying the stuff online myself, at least as far as USPS goes. It was actually more expensive. The alternative would be to buy bigger boxes and put the dragon in that, because sometimes you get like flat rate shipping if it's like the same size box. Or like a pre-made box of a specific size, but that means I've got to go buy more packing material to put in there. And so either way, I'm spending more money. So I'm trying to reduce that as much as possible, because all the shipping is coming out of my own pocket. It's not coming out of the Diversity in Tech money at all. All of the money that I get from donations, bits, subscriptions, ads, any of that stuff, it's all going into that pool of money. And then I'm also matching that money out of my own pocket. And all that money is going to Hack the Hood in July. And then we'll find another recipient to get the funds at the end of the year. So I'm going to do this every 6 months. And towards around that 5th month is where I'm going to do that giveaway. So we'll be doing another giveaway in November of some kind. Haven't decided yet what that's going to be. So far, I'm kind of leaning towards this little mini dragon. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Giving away a little tiny mini dragon doesn't feel very substantial for folks. So maybe I'll build like little collections of the dragons in different colors, and you'll get like a collection of the dragons or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I got many months to sort of plan that one out. I got probably 3 months to really figure out what I'm going to do, and then I'll start like mass printing those, at least on one of the printers, and we'll go from there. Excuse me, should have muted my mic before I sneezed. Yeah, so happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to close off the giveaway in a little bit. So if you want to go invite some friends over, feel free to reach out to some friends and say, Ian's going to give away some dragons. I'm going to go ping everybody in MakerDeck real quick. If anybody's over there. About to do my dragon giveaway on my main channel. If you want to drop by for a minute. Twitch TV, Ian Douglas 736. It's also really neat to see some other people printing dragons on MakerDeck as well. So go check out MakerDeck. MakerDeck is a really cool Twitch.tv MakerDeck. MakerDeck. It's really fun to kind of put this thing on in the background. And through MakerDeck, I actually found out about this other service. Multi-Twitch. So multi-Twitch, you can actually put in several channels at the same time. So for example, if you load up multi-Twitch with me and MakerDeck, it'll actually pull up both of them in the same browser. I don't know though whether that actually counts you as a viewer in each of those channels. I'd be curious to know about that. It's an interesting way of just having some other things on in the background. Then you can like change the volume levels on them and so on. But it's an interesting way of like pulling up multiple streams at the same time in the same browser tab. Because what I don't know is like if I put MakerDeck on in a browser tab, but that's not the active browser tab, does it still count me as a viewer, or does it have to like actively ping and like, you know, does the browser send back some kind of signal saying like, oh, this browser is actually not active right now, kind of thing. Like if I were building out something like Twitch, I would be looking for, you know, is this browser window like, does this browser window have focus, as we call it, which means like, is this the active window at the moment? Because you can do different kinds of actions that when that browser tab loses focus, that you can activate something. And so if I were the developer, I would say if this browser tab loses focus, then I want to decrement the count of viewers because you're not actively viewing anymore. And then when it does get focus, activate that thing again so they do show up as a viewer. If that's how Twitch does their viewership, then I would just put it in a very, very small window, like up on the top corner, and just leave it on all the time. Of course, I've got 3 monitors, so I could just put it on all the time, but I'm always curious how people go through and develop those kinds of things. Cool, let's go check out the giveaway here. Someone just raided in. AstroConnect just raided in over there, so I'm just going to drop that chat message one more time. Holy potato. I'm going to get lost in like the raid holy potatoes, but someone really, really likes the potatoes over there. But yeah, if you are in other channels, if you know of other streamers, I don't want to be spammy about it, but if you have other friends that are on Twitch or around Twitch, if you want to have them drop by just to do the giveaway, I'm totally cool with that. So I don't mind people just stepping in for a minute to enter the giveaway. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. Let's close this off in like 10 minutes. So we'll give people about 10 minutes to come over, enter the giveaway, and then I'll do the giveaway from there. So we've got 5 entries. So you got a really good chance right now. You have a 1 in 5 chance of winning a dragon. But let's get some friends over here. So please go reach out to some friends, have them join the giveaway, and we'll give away at least 1 dragon in chat, and then we'll give 1 away to our email subscribers, and then we'll kind of see where it goes from there. So if we got 10 minutes, I'm going to go answer 1 more anonymous question from our Discord chat, and then we'll go from there. So invite some friends over, please, and let's get the viewership up. Let's get some more people entered in the giveaway. So you can just come in and do !dragon. Hey, Dropkick, good to see you in chat. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Let me give you some blinky lights back here. Hooray! Appreciate that. Always fun to have new followers, so appreciate that. Doing a giveaway of 3D printed dragons. So you can do !dragon in chat if you want to enter the giveaway. I'm shipping these anywhere in the world. There you are. Awesome. Well, thanks for dropping by. Kevin RS, appreciate the chat in MakerDeck as well. Kevin, I've got your dragon boxed up. It's going to the post office tomorrow. Hey Red, good to see you in chat as well. I was listening on Pink's PC while I cleaned my PC. How am I doing? I'm doing well, thank you. It's been a good morning so far. I kind of slept in a little bit, trying to plan out groceries and meals and stuff for the week. So that's usually my Sunday afternoon things, like go to the grocery store, buy everything I need, do all the meal prep, get stuff in the fridge and the freezer, blah, blah, blah. And then like we've got meals sorted for the week. And then it's going to be a busy week. I'm a little nervous about tomorrow. I'm supposed to do an in-person event in Boulder, Colorado tomorrow. And I don't live far from Boulder, but Boulder has had like a 10% uptick in COVID cases with this new variant that's out. And I am vaccinated and boosted, but it's going to be an in-person event. So I'm not terribly excited about doing that. But I'm hoping I can limit my time and my exposure there. But the meetup is also in the middle of the day, which is a weird time to do a meetup. It's at a co-working space, so we might get a couple of people from the co-working space come and sit in. I think they're hoping that students are going to kind of wander by, but it's also not a great time of year for students in the area either. I wasn't involved in actually booking the meetup or booking the time and the space and all that kind of stuff, but doing a meetup at 2 in the afternoon on a Monday is a weird time to do a meetup. So between that and like potential COVID exposure, I'm like driving into Boulder, doing the thing and like get the heck out of Dodge and get back home. And so I'll be doing a rapid test in the morning, and I'll do a rapid test tomorrow morning and probably Wednesday morning, just to, make sure that I'm not, I'm staying safe and keep my family safe and stuff like that. So, Red says, we just did our groceries. I thought most things still webinar type stuff. So I do a lot of remote events as well, but we're starting to do in-person events now. But now that we know that Boulder's got this uptick, we'll probably restrict our involvement in the Colorado area. I do live in Colorado, so it makes it really handy to go to Denver and Boulder. So I did a meetup on Thursday, and it was a lot of fun. So I've got some really interesting sort of stuff planned out for that. Looks like Chris is doing like a little spinner thing on MakerDeck. Sorry, I got distracted by Chris Perillo there for a moment. We'll probably just restrict what we're doing there. And then we have some live events coming up in June in San Francisco. So I'm looking forward to getting out to the Bay Area. I haven't been out there in many, many, many years. So I'm actually looking forward to hanging out there. And our team is very, very safe as far as like distancing and stuff like that. We're planning a live event where we're going to have people like really spread out. It won't be like really tight congregation of people. So we'll see how that goes. So Red and Pink are both in the giveaway. They have each won a dragon, and they have, Pink then gifted one, I think, to Pezlas, and then Pezlas won a giveaway, and Pezlas gifted one to RC Maniac, and then I think RC Maniac, I forget if RC Maniac was chosen as a winner on another giveaway. I think they were. So the last couple of Fridays, we didn't do one this past Friday, but the 2 previous Fridays, we gave away like 6 dragons on one stream, 8 dragons on another stream, and most of those are boxed up and ready to go to the post office. So I just boxed up 14 dragons yesterday. Those are going to the post office tomorrow. And then all the international ones, so anything outside of the domestic United States, those are going to take a little more time to ship, but I will ship them anywhere in the world, I promise. Those are going to go out. So if you are viewing, if you are dropping by, hi, I'm Ian. I'm the author of this website, techinterview.guide. You can just put that in your browser and you'll see a lot of advice that I give around getting a job in the tech industry. You're welcome to do !dragon and get in that giveaway. Hey Westery, good to see that you're still around. So yeah, we'll hang out for just another moment or two, and then we'll close off that giveaway. You have a buddy of ours that would love a dragon. Awesome, looking forward to that. So where are we at? Where do we stand? We have 7 entries. Been running for an hour and a half, so we'll give it just a last couple of minutes. So I'm gonna go drop a quick note in some Discord channels saying I'm doing a giveaway like right now. So bear with me while I go do that. So giveaways. Oh, I can't post in that giveaway channel. So let's see, where can I post? I can't post in most of these other channels, so that's all right. I want to figure out a way that when I start a giveaway, so a couple of things that I want to do with my Twitch bot and some of the automation is actually have it log into like Slack servers and Discord servers and drop like, hey, Ian is streaming or Ian's doing a giveaway and things like that, just to kind of raise that awareness. But I want to do it in a way where it can use my browser's logged in authentication. There is a way to do that programmatically. I just have to figure out the mechanisms of like when I hit a button on my Stream Deck to go hit the Twitch bot to then like go open up my browsers and log in on all these communities and post the messages and stuff like that. So I think it'd be fun. Dropkick says, nice to meet you. My name is Ian as well. Hey, fellow Ian. Good to see you. Yeah, it's an interesting name. It's Gaelic for John. Yeah, my dad's mom wanted a grandson with a Gaelic first name. So I was born Ian Douglas, and but we've had a William Douglas every generation going back like as far back as we can trace. And so we when I got my US citizenship, I actually reversed the Ian and the William. William was my middle name and I reversed them. So now legally I'm William Douglas and Ian is my middle name, but I still go by Ian because the first 45 years of my life I was Ian Douglas. So I will answer to either Ian or William, but I'm more likely to go, oh, someone's talking to me when they say Ian. So, hey, Astro Connect, thanks for the follow. Go follow Astro Connect. I have a little random sound thing that plays with the blinky lights. Astro Connect is also a really cool streamer. Let me go do a shout out to Astro Canuck, also to a fellow Canuck. Hello, by the way. I'm originally from Canada. And yeah, it's my roots hat. So excuse my hair for a moment, but yeah, I'm originally from Canada myself. Grew up in the Northwest Territories, went to college and high school in Ontario, Eastern Ontario, and moved down to the States in 2000. And yeah, loving the dragons and the advice, wanting to stay awake a little while longer. All right, well, we're gonna close the giveaway. So Astro Connect, get in the giveaway if you want one of these dragons. We're gonna close this off and choose our giveaway recipient. So go ahead and hit exclamation point dragon in chat, or as we call it in programming, we call it bang dragon. And nope, exclamation point dragon. Bang G should give you the giveaway info there. Yep. So just do bang dragon. Cool. Alrighty. One of the things I have to fix about the Twitch bot is when you do like bang giveaway or bang G, that it'll actually say like there's 7 entries and this is the keyword to actually type in. I want to automate a little bit more about that. So, all right, you're in the giveaway. Let's close off this giveaway and we will draw a winner. If you do win, I will need you to respond in chat. I need you to pick which style of dragon, because I have 2 different kinds of dragon. And then once you choose the style, I will ask you to choose the color of the dragon, and I may give away a second dragon. So if you are not chosen as the recipient this round, stick around. But whoever wins the first dragon here, or is the recipient, I have to stop using the word winner because there are implications about like, is it a giveaway or is it like a raffle kind of thing? It is a giveaway. So you are entering a giveaway and you are the recipient of a gift of the giveaway. So if you are the recipient of the dragon, you'll get to choose the style and color. And the recipient is also going to give me a random number. I'm going to go pick that person from my email database from my daily email series that you can go check out. So if you don't get drawn as a recipient here, you can also go enter and go subscribe to my email series. It's a single email every day for 6 weeks around career advice. And you can unsubscribe at any time. And you can also reply to any message and get direct to my inbox if you have additional questions or things I can help with. But I'm going to ask the recipient to go pick a random number, and I'm going to go pick someone out of that database, and they are also going to get a random dragon. So yeah, so we're going to go from there. So we'll get ready to do our giveaway. We've closed everything off, and so let's go pick our first recipient. Dropkick, brand new to the stream, and they win. How about that? So Dropkick, congratulations, you are the recipient of a 3D printed dragon. So let me know in chat. So again, we have the 2 different styles of dragon. So you need to let me know which style of dragon you would like. We have the Imperial Dragon. This is the one that stands up on the, kind of on their haunch like that will kind of balance up. Or we have the Magaibir Dragon, or what I call regular dragon. So you can say regular or Imperial. And then depending on which style you choose, I have a limited selection of colors that you can pick from. and then we will go from there. And then I'll have you pick a random number. So while you're mulling over your choices of Maker's Choice, ooh, you're gonna make me choose. Well, if you're gonna make me choose, I'm probably gonna go with the Magaibeer one, honestly, because Magaibeer has been absolutely amazing and fantastic, allowing people to donate to my Diversity in Tech giveaway and reward you with a dragon for doing so. Fantastic person. Big props and shout out to Magaibeer. Magaibeer also has other little designs that you can go check out as well. You can go to magaibeer.xyz. Let me drop that in chat. So you can go to magaibeer.xyz. They've got, and that'll link over to a lot of their other designs and so on. Just make sure that URL is right. Wait, did I spell it wrong? Magaibeer XYZ? Yeah, magaibeer.xyz. So you can go look at their models on Cults 3D, Mini Factory, and Thingiverse. They've got a lot of these like flexible kinds of designs. I kind of want to try the snake and the rattlesnake one next. I think that'll be fun. But they've been really, really amazing about letting me give away dragons as part of this Diversity in Tech fundraiser, and so I deeply appreciate them. So I'm going to give you one of the Magaibeer dragons. So now you get to choose color. So this is a marble filament. It's called Vanilla Bean Ice Cream, and it's kind of a pale gray, and it's got this light black sort of black color in there. So you can just call it marble if you want. I have Silk Magenta, which is a bright shiny pink color. I have a bright gold color. I also have a dark gold color. This one's also really nice. I have a rust color, which has a sparkle in it, so you can say sparkly rust. And that's it. Those are your color choices right now. So I'm down to 5 of these. I need to print a couple more. So you get to choose from these colors. Once again, Maker's Choice, really? I mean, I really, really, really like the stone filament, and I just got a couple of more spools of it. So I'm gonna give you the stone filament one. It's one of my favorites, honestly. It's really great for just doing statue styles, but also just having a dragon made of stone is kind of an interesting idea. Like I do the blue and aqua color to be like, oh, this is like a water dragon, or the red and gold one is kind of like, this is your fire dragon, or I've got a blue and silver and that's like your ice dragon. But having a stone dragon is kind of an interesting concept. So I'm gonna ship you this one. The dark gold is really awesome. It's the dark gold is a filament 1 filament, but unfortunately filament 1 doesn't label the side of their spool with the name of the filament. So all I can describe it as is it's a dark gold filament from filament 1. I can't even give you the name of it. So Dropkick, what I need you to do is on Twitch, if you could send me a whisper on Twitch, please. I need your full name and shipping address. I don't need your email. I don't need your phone number, but I do need a full shipping address that I can send this to. And then I will send you tracking information as soon as I print up a label and stuff for it. So Dropkick 1031. And Dropkick, I'm always curious about the numbers that people put on their username. I have a story behind 736, but I'm always curious, like, what does 1031 mean? Is that like a birthday? Are you a fan of Halloween? So we're going to give you the regular marble. And then Dropkick, I also need a random number from 1 to about 60. If you could pick a random number from 1 to 60, I will go pick a person from my 3D or my daily email series. So also give me a number there. Hey, Amish Gnome, good to see you as well. Amish Gnome, would you like a 3D printed dragon? Would you like to get in the giveaway for a 3D printed dragon? I will reopen the giveaway just because Amish Gnome dropped by. So Amish Gnome, feel free to do Bang Dragon if you would like a dragon, or anybody else that happened to drop by within the last few moments. It's really good to see you, Amish Gnome. So yeah, if you want to get in the giveaway, I've reopened it for just a moment. Do ! Dragon. I will ship these anywhere in the world. So Let's see. So dropkick, I need a random number from 1 to 60, please, if you could. The dragons are really cool. And I'm going to draw a second recipient of you. So, yep, get in the giveaway while it's reopened. I'm going to reclose it here in just a moment. Astro Canuck's in there. Pink's already in there. The numbers are your birthday. Awesome. All right, so you want recipient number 13 to get a dragon as well. So I will make that happen. So red 3DP, it'll just be Bang Dragon, not Bang Ticket. But you are already in there, I believe. All right, cool. I'm going to reclose this. Last chance. If you want to get in there, last chance. Last chance. I'm going to re-end, after reopening the giveaway, I'm going to re-end the giveaway. But yeah, you're already in the giveaway. So the way that I built my giveaway bot is it's keeping everybody in the giveaway until I reset the giveaway. You'll see a notice saying like it's been reset, there are no entries, blah blah blah. But otherwise, everybody stays in here until I like close everything off. So last possible chance. Our viewer count just went up. So if you are viewing, you literally have like 30 seconds to type !dragon to have the opportunity to win a 3D printed dragon. Similar to this, I have two different styles of dragon. This is just one of the two. This is the other style of dragon. And so you will have the opportunity to be the recipient of a dragon giveaway. If you type !dragon, this is your last chance to enter that giveaway. You were confused since it's pink, got to take it. Yeah, I have a lot of fun building my bot. So I'm a programmer, so I built my own bot to do all these kinds of things. So yeah, you can do !help. You see that command down here in the corner. You'll see all the different commands that I've been building in, and I'm going to expand that out as I can. The message length in Twitch, I think, is limited to 500 or 1,000 characters, so I can only build out the number of commands that will actually fit in a chat message here. But these are some of the commands that you can hit. I think it's cool how I created the bot. Yeah, thanks. I have a lot of fun doing that kind of stuff because I want to get away from stream elements. Particularly, like I do resume reviews on the stream, and I want to do Bang Resume, but stream elements, for some reason, thinks I'm playing music, even though I've flagged it in stream elements like, no, I don't play your music on my stream. I use Spotify. But if I do Bang Resume, it thinks I'm saying Bang Resume, like, oh, go resume the music that I'm playing. But I'm not playing any of your music, so go away. So I want to get away from stream elements, so I've kind of built out some of what stream elements does for how they build their chatbot, and I'm just building my own to do a lot of what they do, just so I can get off of stream elements. So. Cool. All right, well, no one else has entered, so we're going to end that again. Let's do one more giveaway, shall we? Let's have a fun... We'll do a 2 for Sunday. How's that? And this winner is... Caranto. Hey, congratulations. So Red 3DP did Bang Joke. In my free time, I like to help blind people. Verb. Not adjective. Wow. All right. That joke got dark. So congratulations, Caranto. So Caranto, you get to choose the style of dragon. So we have the Imperial Dragon or the regular dragon. So I'll show you the two styles. And then again, you will get to choose the style and the color. So we have the Magaibir Dragon, which I call regular dragon, or we have the Imperial Dragon. So you can say regular or Imperial. So which style would you like? And then I'll show you color options once you choose. Pink did a joke. When my Uncle Frank died, he wanted his remains to be buried in his favorite beer mug. His last wish to be Frankenstein. Har, har, har. Can you get a regular dragon? You absolutely can. So let me go get those color options for you again. So these are the last 4 until I print more of them. So I have this one. This one is Filament 1 Glint Red. It's kind of a cinnamon color, but it's got a bit of a sparkle in there. You can see a little bit of it coming through on the light. It's not quite that sparkly, but there is a very subtle sparkle in that one. It's a very nice, cool cinnamon color. I have the Silk Magenta from Polymaker. This one has been wildly popular. I've given away, I think, 5 or 6 dragons in this color. It's a very nice, bright, shiny pink. And then I have 2 different shades of gold. Pink's trying to get away on me here. So I have kind of a medium gold color. And I think this one is... I'd have to go find the name of this filament, but this is kind of an orangey gold color, kind of a medium orangey gold, and then I have a nice dark gold color as well. The dark gold is filament 1, but they don't label their spools, so all I can tell you is it's filament 1 and it's a gold, but it is not the gold glint. The gold glint is similar to this this red glint, where it's got a bit of a sparkle in it. This one doesn't really have a sparkle. This one's just a really cool gold, and it's somewhere between a silk and a matte kind of color. Like, it looks kind of matte, but in light you can, it's reflecting light pretty good. This one is more of a silk style color as well. You want the red one. All right, so you want the red sparkle. So the cinnamon sparkle one. Wait, was that? Yeah, Karanto said the red one. So the red sparkle. That one's a really, really cool one. I did a squirrel model in this one for someone that I used to work with. It was a really, really neat sort of color to do a red squirrel. All right, so red sparkle. Your favorite color? Awesome. Cool. Well, I've got more on the way. I've got I have an Imperial Dragon printing in that dark gold color. I've got an Imperial Dragon printing in a rainbow color, and the third printer just finished up. We were doing this little mini dragon earlier, and so I've got this two-tone aqua and dark blue color, which looked like this. This print failed because of the power outage from the storm that we had in Colorado the other night. This one it failed too many times, and the power went off long enough that the print bed cooled down, and this one came off the print bed. But this is the blue and aqua color that I used to print that little mini dragon. And so I've got one more spool of this that I'm going to do a couple more dragons, and then this color will be all used up. But I wanted to show that one just to show like how the hinges are made. This is the red and silver that we gave away some of those, and so you can kind of see like how those hinges get made, and they're all printed in place. And so when you take this thing off the printer, there's nothing to assemble. All the hinges are already built in place and ready to go. You just take it off the printer and it moves. There's nothing to assemble, nothing to take apart. So let me write down. So Karanto, I need you to send me a Twitch whisper, please, with your full name and mailing address. I don't need your phone number. I don't need your email. And you wanted the regular in glint red. Awesome. Cool. I will get those packaged up. If you are domestic, if you are in the United States, if you whisper me your address today and you're in the United States, I will get these to the post office tomorrow with a bunch of other dragons. If you're not in the United States, it's going to take a little while to get them shipped out. But if you're in the US, I'm going to try to get these to the post office for you tomorrow. You should get them by Thursday or Friday. It only takes a couple of days to get around the States. The mini dragon looks amazing. It's also made by MacGyver. So it's just this tiny little model, similar to the regular one. And I was saying on the stream earlier, I'd like to put a little hook on the back of his head here and make a keychain out of it and see if I could do like a little keychain giveaway. Typically the keychains I like to do are flat because I have just little flat bubble envelopes that I can mail those out in with a ring, and you just assemble the keychain yourself. This one I would need a tiny little box or something to put it in. This wouldn't really fit in a padded envelope without ripping through the envelope. You'd have to wrap that up in quite a bit of tissue or something, but then the padded envelope might be too thick to be considered an envelope anymore. So I'm looking at printing this in a much larger size to also fit in the 6-inch by 6-inch box. So I'm going to try a couple of those as test prints, but I might save that design for November's giveaway. So I'm going to do a giveaway every 6 months. So every half of the year. In month 5, I'm going to do a giveaway, and then at the end of month 6, I'm going to give all the money away. So all the money I make as a streamer, I'm giving away. So all the bits, donations, subscriptions, Prime subs, ads, all that stuff. Like, I try to shut off all the ads. I know some of you get a pre-roll ad when you first join, but otherwise I keep all the ads turned off, just because I find them more annoying than I worry about ad revenue on them. But if you're watching on YouTube, as soon as I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, YouTube will activate some advertising on there. All of that money is going to go into the same pot. This $152 value on here is it's from doing like some testing with the overlay company that I get these overlays from. So I need to fix some of that. But all the money that I'm raising, you can do !money in chat, and it should give you my disclosure page. So you can go over to that link on the website And I'm basically going to be outlining, like, here's how much I made from subs, here's how much I made from bits, here's how much I made from Prime, here's how much I made from ads, and I'm documenting all of that and then showing you, hey, I'm also matching this amount of money. And then for this group in San Francisco that's getting the first donation, I'm going to see if I can actually meet them in June and give that money away at the end of June, and like physically take them a check and get pictures of their place and so on, if their office is open. If they don't open their office, then I won't. But I'm going to do that either Monday the 20th, I think, or Friday morning on the 24th. That's when I fly in and out of San Francisco. So I'll see if I can coordinate one of those 2 days. The other 3 days I'm like packed full with stuff for work. But either the Monday or Friday, I'm going to see if I can actually meet them at their office to do the giveaway and give them that money. And I might take a dragon or something with me and say, like, these are the dragons I gave away. We raised this money. Here's this money for your diversity in tech program. So that's my hope, is that I can actually meet with them and, like, not shake hands, but like maybe elbow bump or something like that, so we stay safe. But just to give them that money, I think that that'll be a lot of fun. And then we're gonna start that over in July, and we'll start collecting new money between July and December, and then we'll find a new recipient for December to give that money away. So my hope is that this community is going to help build this kind of momentum where we can raise awareness about diversity in tech, raise money that can specifically go to a company or a school, hopefully more a school or education group that is a registered US charity, where I can go look at their financials and see how they're spending that money, make sure they're doing it responsibly, and then gift them that money in December. So we'll see how that goes. And again, if you subscribe, if you pay for a subscription, or if you gift subs in the channel, I will 3D print a logo of some kind to hang on the lights back here as well. So FatherFunk 3D sent me a logo. Ethan's dad 3D sent me the Ethan Makes logo. This was Juggling Biohazards, and this is Melly Ruru. Really liked Iron Man, so asked if I would print an Iron Man mask. As long as it's work friendly and family friendly, I will 3D print and put them up here. You can kind of see on Juggling Biohazards, there's these little white stripes, and it's just a little transparent PLA stick that I built that'll let it hang on the edge of the light. That's pretty much it. So thanks for doing the giveaway today. Thanks for hanging out with me today on the stream. I'm gonna go get this uploaded over to YouTube. Let's go find somebody to raid. Let's see who we can go raid today. Oh, Freckled Science is online. Free Heathen's online. Immortalized Beast is online. Immortalized Beast is maybe gaming. Chilling and killing who knows what. So I'm guessing they're doing some kind of video game. Let's go see what's going on. So if you have suggestions, yeah, they're playing some kind of video game. If you have words are hard. If you have suggestions on who to go raid, let me know. Hope I have a good evening. Thanks, appreciate that. Hey D-Train, appreciate the follow. Thank you for that. I'll give you some blinky lights. Hey, some kind of fun little thing there. Let's also give you some cheers as well. Thanks for dropping by. I think we'll go right into Freckled Science. Freckled Science is a lot of fun to go watch. Wildly entertaining. She was doing some interesting, so she's getting a PhD in chemistry, and last night she was playing with baking soda or baking powder, baking soda and vinegar, and like making it foam up and do all kinds of interesting stuff, and talking about the chemistry and stuff in there. So we'll go right over to Freckled Science. So please prepare some hype and drop a bunch of hype over there. And we'll go see you over in her channel for a little bit. I'm going to hang out for a little bit while I get this uploaded to YouTube and set the descriptions and stuff like that. All the links that I put in the chat today, I'll get over in the YouTube description as well. Thanks for hanging out today. Appreciate the questions. Thank you for the questions in chat, and thank you to those that asked anonymous questions as well. Always deeply appreciate folks that are willing to do that. So let's go right over to Freckled Science and make a bunch of noise in her chat when you get over there, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.